Imagine pedaling through 1,450 kilometers of breathtaking landscapes, from the North Sea to the majestic Swiss Alps, on a route that's 87% car-free and brimming with history. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's where it gets controversial. What if the only reason you embarked on this epic journey was because transporting your bike to Europe felt like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded? That's exactly what happened to me, and it led me to discover Europe's first certified long-distance cycle path, the Rhine Cycle Route. Let me take you back. My original plan was to join a friend cycling across the French Alps, starting from Lake Geneva and ending in Nice. Simple, right? Wrong. The logistics of getting my road bike there and back were a nightmare. Airlines and Eurostar seemed determined to make it as difficult as possible. Frustrated, I decided to cycle there instead. And that's how I found myself on the Rhine Cycle Route, or EV15, part of the ambitious 99,000 kilometers Eurovelo network set to crisscross Europe by 2030. This route isn't just a path, it's a cultural odyssey, meticulously waymarked and accessible to everyone, from lycra-clad speedsters to families on e-bikes. And this is the part most people miss. The Rhine Cycle Route isn't just about cycling. It's about immersing yourself in a landscape steeped in myth and history, from Roman times to the present day. Picture yourself gliding along the riverbanks, passing through Dutch polders, sipping wine in Alsace, marveling at historic wooden bridges near Basel, and finally reaching the river's source high in the Swiss Alps. It's a journey that promises both adventure and reflection. But let's get real. Cycling 1,450 kilometers isn't a walk in the park. I packed light, just 6 kilograms split between 2 bags, and opted for a road bike with skinny tires, sacrificing comfort for speed. It was my first solo adventure in over 30 years, and I had only 10 days to complete it, averaging 145 kilometers per day. Spoiler alert, it was exhausting. But here's the kicker. I later learned that half the long-distance cyclists on the route were on e-bikes. Maybe I'm old school, but there's something pure about doing it the hard way. Starting in the Netherlands, a country where cycling is practically a religion, I quickly realized how different their road rules are. Cyclists rule the roads, and roundabouts are designed with bikes in mind. Back in the UK, we're still figuring that out, literally. One council even had to post a YouTube tutorial after installing Dutch-style roundabouts. Talk about a culture shock. Here's where it gets even more interesting. As I pedaled through Germany, I found myself torn between the allure of slow travel and the frustration of poorly marked paths. The EV15 route occasionally led me down dubious tracks, and my digital navigation often failed. I started to wonder, wouldn't it be easier to just drive to the highlights and skip the rest? But then something magical happened. At the Lorelei, a cliff shrouded in medieval legend, I remembered why I chose to cycle. You don't get to cherry-pick experiences. You absorb the entire journey, warts and all. And along the way, you meet incredible people, like the long-distance racer who let me draft behind him for hours, or the nuns who welcomed me during a thunderstorm. By the time I reached Switzerland, I was exhausted, but fulfilled. The final stretch, with its fairy tale-like wooden bridges and medieval towns, was a highlights. Don't miss the Rhine Gorge, Cologne Cathedral, Basel's Old Town, Lake Constance, and the Rhine Falls. Whether you're a seasoned cyclist or a curious beginner, the Rhine Cycle Route promises an adventure like no other. Just remember, it's not just about the destination. It's about every pedal stroke, every encounter, and every moment of wonder along the way.